Welcome to the 2021 WCTV Clapper Awards. I'm Joanna Perino. I'm the Operations and Community Relations Coordinator here at WCTV. Thank you for joining me this evening. This is the 31st year for these WCTV Clapper Awards. Can you believe it? Some of you watching may have actually been involved with WCTV in 1991 when these awards started. I came to WCTV in 1992, so this is my 30th year of presenting these awards, and I can honestly say it is still my favorite night of the year. A night to honor you, our volunteers and producers, and an opportunity to recognize you for all the amazing programs you've produced through the past year. We certainly were hoping to be able to have our usual in-person presentation this year, but unfortunately, with the pandemic situation still continuing, we've opted to do this virtual event again this year. I appreciate each and every one of you watching on your TV, your computer, your phone, your mobile device, via watchwctv.com, or maybe you're watching on our Facebook page live. It's going to be an exciting night, especially for all of our nominees and winners. The Clapper Awards have certainly grown and evolved since 1991, when we had only 8 categories and produced about 200 shows a year. This year, we will present 17 categories. There's a new one this year, plus special achievement awards for long-running series programs, the most online views, and of course, the highly coveted Host with the Most award, which will be presented by the 2020 Host with the Most, Roger Wright. We were hopeful that 2021 would bring us back to normal, but what we found happened is we actually developed a new normal, one that affected our ways that we produce programming, but what it did not affect is the volume of programming that is being created by you, our producers and volunteers. Many have returned to in-studio productions, and we are so happy to see your faces in person. But many of you who adapted to remote programming with Zoom, Google Meet, or even just your cell phones found that you actually liked doing it that way and continue to do so. Either way, the programming is great, and we are on track to have one of our biggest years ever for the number of locally produced programmings on WCTV, nearly 1,900 shows. Wow. They say that through change comes growth. I think we'd all agree that's the case this year at WCTV. While we've continued to evolve and grow, one thing has remained the same: my amazing staff. We could not keep up with this volume without each and every one of them doing their part and doing it well. Let me take a second to introduce the WCTV crew. Many of you know them, but there may be some new viewers out there that don't. So let me introduce first John Bernard. He handles all of our programming, processes each and every one of those shows that come in, gets them on the air and online quickly. Sometimes you producers are hanging out in the studio or in the office after a taping, and your show is already on the air before you leave. Plus, he is one of the main reasons that our sports productions are so outstanding and some of our most viewed programming. Next is Drew Bixler. An Italian term, uomo universale, is sometimes used. You know, I'm Italian. I've got to throw a little Italian in where I can. And that means a man that can do all things if he will. And if you know Drew, you know that he will do anything that's asked of him. Covering community events, directing city hall meetings, helping with studio shows, or editing special projects like these Clapper Awards, running camera for sports, and when he's not doing those things, he's picking up our lost furry friends and finding their owners. Yes, he is also the city dog catcher. We also have Jared Evangelist and Nick Balaj. They also do an amazing job on our sports productions, directing city hall meetings, and covering community events like our First Friday events on Main Street, Wadsworth. A great group of people, and I'm thankful I get to work with them every day, and I want them to know how much I appreciate their efforts. We have a lot of awards to get through tonight, so I want to get started, but first I'd like to recognize one of our longtime volunteers that passed away this year, Natalie Dell. Natalie was a member of the production crew along with her husband Phil for the WCTV series RSVP, and also served as host of the Oasis series programs in the past. Natalie had a vibrant personality, was passionate about everything she did, and was known for her fabulously purple highlighted hair. Purple, one of my favorite colors. She was one of a kind, and we will miss her dearly. In honor of Natalie, we'd like to dedicate tonight's awards presentation to her. So let's get started with our milestone awards. These are given to producers that have produced 100 shows or more in increments of 100. We have 3 to award tonight. The first one goes to the Tommy Maroon Sports Show, produced by Tommy Maroon. He produced his 100th program on June 9th, 2021. Congratulations, Tommy, and keep up the good work. Our second milestone award goes to the Wadsworth Public Library. During the pandemic and the limited ability to have in-person activities at the library, they began producing a show called Storytime. Over this past year, they have produced more than 200 shows. So this milestone award goes to their 200th program, which was produced on August 6th, 2020. And the topic was author Mo Willems. At this point, they have produced 266 episodes of this series. So thank you to the Wadsworth Public Library for providing that wonderful programming for us. Our last milestone award is for 1,400 programs, and that goes to our polka guys, Gene and Mike Kovac, for their production of Polka Time Again. It was produced on October 11th, 2021, and this is only the second time in WCTV history that a producer has achieved this milestone. So congratulations, and keep up the good work, guys. Your polka fans love you. We've had a lot of new shows this year, so for many of you watching, this may be your first Clapper Award. So let me take a minute to just explain how the judging works and how the winners are selected. Of all the 1,879 programs produced in the eligibility period, 1,681 were eligible. The nomination period took place in September, a ballot was compiled, and the online voting, which is the popularity score, took place in October. We received 3,261 completed ballots back, which is amazing. During that same time, all the nominees are sent to a panel of media professionals, and they are judged on quality, content, and just overall reaction to the show. The scores were tallied to determine the winners, and in each category, I'm going to announce an honorable mention, a runner-up, and then I'll play a video of the winning clip, the Clapper Award winner. If you see something you like, you can watch all the winning shows, all the nominees, and all of our programming on watchwctv.com. So let's get started. Our first category is Best School Event, and the honorable mention goes to Franklin Elementary Veterans Day, produced by Roger Havens and Kevin Auerbach. The runner-up goes to the National Technical Honor Society Induction Ceremony, produced by Roger Wright. And the Clapper Award goes to WHS Veterans Day 2020, produced by Jason Knapp and Chris Sieber.
Tuskegee Airmen were a group of African Americans who flew in the 332nd Fighter Group in World War II. The Tuskegee Airmen faced many racial challenges due to the fact that there was a lot of segregation in the military at that time. African Americans were thought to perform poorly in combat and were believed to be unable to operate a sophisticated aircraft. It was only in 1940 when Franklin D. Roosevelt announced that the training of black pilots would begin, so African Americans entered the Air Force.
The next category is Best Look Into Our Schools. And the honorable mention goes to Isham Elementary Art Show. The runner-up goes to Dr. Andy Hill for his production of the 2021 State of the Schools Address. And the Clapper Award goes to Bruce on the Loose, episode number 47, with his guest, Dr. Andy Hill, produced by Bruce Lorenz.
Andy, the CIS facility was quite a detailed and long situation for development of a plan. Who was involved in that plan, and what is the plan for November election?
Sure, that's a great question. So we started with a committee in 2016. In November of 2016, I think was the first meeting. We made it an open community invitation. I think we probably had somewhere around 40-some people on that committee, and it ranged from people who are new to town with young kids to people that had gone through our schools, lived here their whole lifetime, and had grandkids that are in the schools now or graduated from the schools. And that committee worked through a process and ultimately made a recommendation in November of 17 to our Board of Education to build a new facility on a different location than the current one and sell the current facility to someone that would use it for community use, at minimum, O.J. Work Auditorium.
The next category is Best School Performance, and the honorable mention goes to Wadsworth High School Choir Holiday Spectacular Concert, produced by Kaylin Davis. The runner-up goes to the Wadsworth Middle School and Wadsworth High School Night of Percussion, produced by Dana Heyer and Ryan Louie. And the Clapper Award in the Best School Performance category goes to 2021 Overlook's Got Talent, produced by Overlook Schools. In the Best Youth Production category, the honorable mention goes to Overlook Holiday Music, produced by Diana Gorsuch from Overlook School. The runner-up goes to Storytime, the Cookies episode, produced by Wadsworth Public Library. And the Clapper Award goes to Bruce on the Loose, episode number 30. Pete the Cat and His 4 Groovy Buttons, produced by Bruce Lorenz.
Oh no, another button popped off and rolled away. Looks like Pete's on his skateboard. How many buttons are left? 2. 3 minus 1 equals 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song, my buttons, my 2 groovy buttons, my buttons, my 2 groovy buttons.
In the Best Documentary category, the honorable mention goes to Mrs. Titus's Treehouse Library, produced by Roger Havens. The runner-up goes to Kevin Kelly for his production of The Vanishing of Beverly Potts. And the Clapper Award in the Best Documentary category goes to Let's Go Adventure Series, Episode 140, An American Journey, produced by Roger Polk.
This is all under snow. So if you had a cabin on that island right there, you'd have to have a smokestack and a way to clean it going up near the top of them mountains, because there's going to be 1,200 feet of snow on top of you. This valley fills up with snow from drifting. I'd just get a good pair of snowshoes. I'd do that. I hike that trail in the wintertime.
In the Best Religious Message category, the honorable mention goes to Mosaic Church Wadsworth, Lessons from Lions, produced by Adam Barton and Larry States. The runner-up goes to New Life Ministries and Acts Chapter 2, the April 2021 episodes, produced by Paul Blankenship. And the Clapper Award in the Best Religious Message category goes to What Catholics Really Believe, episode number 438 with Father Pat Schultz, produced by Tim Perry.
Your love for Jesus comes through everything you say and do. It's obvious. It's apparent. Your love for Christ and your enthusiasm for Jesus. And that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what our life on earth is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
And ultimately, when we get to heaven, it's all about Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember hearing this one preacher say, like, your job as a preacher is to let yourself burn so that the sheep can feel the heat. I don't know, like as a priest, like I'm so blessed that my life has been marked by like the one who is love incarnate, right? Like I spend my life trying to like know him more, love him more, serve him more, receive his love more, right? My life is just love, and and I just think it's so insane, and it's never made sense to me to encounter a priest or a preacher or a minister who like, do you even know him? Like priests should be, I think, like the most clearly in love people.
Our next category is Best Worship Service, but we first want to thank all the local churches who are recording their services and giving them to WCTV to air. With COVID still limiting attendance for some people, these programs have become very valuable, and we are happy to have a total of 12 local churches on WCTV and available for demand on Watch WCTV. So thank you to all of those local churches. Our next category is Best Worship Service, and the honorable mention goes to Crossroads Reimer Road Church. The runner-up goes to Sacred Heart Church. And the Clapper Award goes to Mosaic Church Wadsworth Celebration Sunday. The next category is Best Performing Arts, and the honorable mention goes to Polka Time Again Live from the historic Slovene Hall, produced by Gene Kovac and Mike Kovac. The runner-up goes to the Ohio Conservatory of Music Piano Recital, produced by Matthew and Dimitri Jurwitz. And the Clapper Award goes to the Wadsworth Community Band's Independence Day Celebration. Our next category is Best Public Awareness, and the honorable mention goes to Bruce on the Loose, episode number 43, and his interview with Robert Patrick, our City Director of Public Service, produced by Bruce Lorenz. Our runner-up goes to Recycle Right for Their Future, produced by Jenny Young, Connie Collins, Ann Folke, and Recycle Medina County. And the Clapper Award goes to Take Me Home, Shelter and Rescue Animals, produced by Mike Kovac.
Hello, I'm Medina County Auditor Mike Kovac, and we're here with you today with Take Me Home, a show about you and your pets, specifically focusing on shelter and rescue animals throughout Medina County and some of the people who have given these pets their forever homes. At your Medina County Auditor's Office, we're responsible for the licensing of all dogs in Medina County. This is important for a number of reasons, not least of which is that dog license is your pet's ticket home should they ever get lost. Licenses are only $14, and they're available online at medinacountyauditor.org, and every single dollar of your license goes to the operation of the Medina County Animal Shelter, where lost and unwanted pets are kept and cared for and adopted out to forever homes. And speaking of forever homes, joining us today on Take Me Home is Amanda Hurley of Montville Township. Young Chewy was squirming a bit as we talked about having your license and such.
Our next category is Best Promotional, and the honorable mention goes to Art Experience, produced by the Medina County Juvenile Detention Center. The runner-up goes to Jenny Young of the Suprema Senior Center for her production of Think Spring. And the Clapper Award in the Best Promotional category goes to Wadsworth Fire Levy Informational Video, produced by Tom Stugmeyer, Bob Lindner, and the Wadsworth Fire Department.
Good morning. Welcome to Fire Station 1, which is our headquarters fire station located on North Lyman Street. My name is Chief Robert Lindner, and today I'm going to give you a virtual tour of our station. Right now, currently, we are standing in the original part of the structure, which was built and opened in 1963. Originally, back in 1963, they only had 3 bays for 3 trucks. The trucks back then were a lot smaller than what they currently are today. Next to me is our ladder 1, and actually the clearance from the top of the ladder truck to the top of the garage door, we have 6-inch clearance. So we don't have a lot of space for the bigger, newer trucks. The trucks actually are also heavier. The concrete was never designed for the weight load that most of the trucks currently built today have.
In the Best Special Event category, the honorable mention goes to Holiday Flavors of the Chamber, produced by the Wadsworth Area Chamber of Commerce. The runner-up goes to the Tommy Maroon Sports Show Christmas Special, produced by Tommy Maroon. And the Clapper Award for the Best Special Event goes to the Wounded Warrior Project Carry Forward Fundraiser 4x4x48 Challenge Run, produced by Dawn Blue.
My name is Dawn, and I am doing a fundraiser for the Wounded Warrior Project Carry Forward. My 5K was canceled in Pittsburgh due to COVID, so I just previously raised $1,050 for Stop Soldier Suicide, so I couldn't fathom just doing the virtual 5K like they asked us to do for Wounded Warrior Project, so I decided to change it into a 4x4x48 challenge, which was made by Dave Goggins. Basically, so you run 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours.
Our next category is Best Sports and Recreation. And the honorable mention goes to Glory on Grandview, one of our new shows this year, The History of Art Wright Stadium, produced by Roger Wright. And the runner-up goes to the Tommy Maroon Sports Show, produced by Tommy Maroon. And the Clapper Award goes to Right and Left, episode number 180, Transgender Females in Sports, produced by John Grom.
I don't know if you saw that there was a 6'8", 50-year-old man, a trans man, transitioning to woman, that's playing on a JUCO team in California. I mean, he's probably a foot taller than everybody else. He's 240 pounds, and he's been transitioning now for 3 or 4 years. He didn't get smaller. He didn't get slower. He didn't, his body mass didn't, he didn't shrink down to the 5'8" have you ever seen a girls' basketball game? I love girls' basketball. When you have a good-sized girl that's 6'2", that's playing post, she owns that floor. You put a 6'8", 50-year-old man that's always wanted to play basketball, but was never good enough to play in his college years or in his high school years, he's going to kill those little girls. And I don't want to take anything away from the athleticism of females. I mean, it's just not safe.
We added a new category this year, Best Sports Coverage. And the honorable mention in this category goes to Wadsworth High School Bowling versus Cuyahoga Falls, produced by Jason Sollers. The runner-up goes to Wadsworth High School Freshman Volleyball versus Brunswick, produced by Zig Novak. And the Clapper Award in the Best Sports Coverage goes to Wadsworth High School Boys Soccer, Varsity at Medina, produced by David Wagner, Joe Herbert, and Scott Curley.
Cam brings it down, but can't quite. Oh, Cam's able to find Jackson. Jackson in a little bit of possession here, plays it back to Scott Dallas. Scotty Dallas playing a little center mid, finds Cam. Jackson to Cam. Cam plays it outside, or plays it off the bottom of Austin can't quite find Jackson.
That was there.
That would have been the play of the game. Uh-oh.
It's off.
That's all right. Cam's going to track him down. That is great defense by Cam. Oh, my goodness. They called a penalty kick.
Come on, Tate. See if Tate can come up big here.
Just left to be.
Yeah!
Tate McNeil with the big play! Woo! That is big time by 11th grade junior Tate McNeil. Taterbug outstretches and saves the ball.
That's a momentum changer.
Great job, guys. We received so many positive comments about your coverage of soccer this year, and we want to thank you for all that you've done. In fact, one of our Clapper Award judges commented on how great the announcing was, so we really appreciate that. Before we move on to the next category, though, I want to give a special thank you to this group of parents who recorded the Wadsworth High School sports for us this past year, either with our cameras or they did it on Facebook Live and we were able to download it. We received so many calls again and thanking us for making these events available for parents, grandparents, and extended family and friends to view. But the thanks really goes to this group of parents. So I want to thank Leanne Dunkel for producing the Wadsworth volleyball games, Zig Novak, who did freshman volleyball, David Wagner, Joe Herbert, and Scott Curley, who did the boys soccer, Adam and Angie Motter, the girls lacrosse, Jim Miller and Kirk Wright, who did the boys lacrosse, and Jason Sollers, who is the owner of Colony Bowl, our local bowling alley, and he actually did something for the first time this year. He recorded the boys and girls bowling, which was really exciting. So thank you to all of these parents. We couldn't do it without you. Our next category is Best Instructional, and the honorable mention goes to Wine with Wanda, Holiday Wines, produced by Wanda Haynes. The runner-up goes to Brush Tips with Sherry, episode number 57, Sunset by the Lake, produced by Sherry Smith. And the Clapper Award goes to Dear Bin Hogs, produced by Jenny Young and Recycle Medina County.
Look, there's only so much room in here. So don't be a bin hog. There is a better way. Think of it as therapy. Ooh! Make sure you can get as flat as you can, and do not run with scissors.
The next category is Best Informational, and the honorable mention goes to Bruce on the Loose, episode number 42, with his guest, the Four Cities Compact Director, Roger Wright, produced by Bruce Lorenz. The runner-up goes to the Medina County Park District for We Love Birding. And the Clapper Award goes to Wine with Wanda, Wines of Italy, produced by Wanda Haynes.
I see people in public all the time. They're sophisticated and educated, living their best lives, and they have terrible wine manners. Let's put a stop to that, everybody. You don't just gulp down wine when it comes to the table like it's tap water. It's one of the finest culinary inventions in our lifetime. Take your time with it. Swirl it in the glass. I usually give it around 10 to 12 rotations. You can also sit it on a table and swirl it. You can swirl it in your hand. This is the wrist that's doing the swirling. Ooh, take a nice deep breath of what's in the glass. This is a red wine that smells like sage. It smells like cedar, and it smells like licorice, baking spices, mulberries, dark cherries. It's amazing. It'd be a shame to miss that by not taking the opportunity to smell and look at the wine. So that's a little bit of wine etiquette here on Wine with Wanda.
The next category is Best Talk Show. And the honorable mention goes to Wadsworth History on Film, an interview with Adrian Patrick, produced by Cesar Carino. The runner-up goes to Stand Up for All Kids, an interview with Ella Bard, the 2021 She Believes Hero Award winner, produced by Mike Hose. And the Clapper Award goes to The Real News, episode July 12th of 2021, produced by Mark Velchek.
You know, you always hear the left, when abortion would come up, they would always hear the left home, well, it's my women, you know, on the left. Well, it's my body, my choice. But with the vaccine, and it seems like what Joe Biden wants to do with the vaccine is go door to door and pressure people on getting this vaccine. And the vaccine that I believe, and how I look at it, is that 99.9%, I believe, is recovery rate on the coronavirus. You know, when the coronavirus started at the beginning, yes, it was scary because we didn't know what was going on. But as time went on, and you would hear medical doctors, not Dr. Fauci, medical doctors come out and say, you know, wearing masks are not good because it lowers your immune system, and so on and so on. You would hear this, and you would see videos come out on YouTube about medicine and so on, and they would be censored off Facebook, YouTube. 2 doctors came out and got censored.
And in our final Clapper Award category, Best Entertainment, the honorable mention goes to Ghost Stories of Wadsworth, produced by Roger Havens. The runner-up goes to Wine with Wanda, the Valentine's Day special, produced by Wanda Haynes. And the Clapper Award goes to Polka Time Again, produced by Gene Kovac and Mike Kovac.
Welcome to Polka Time Again from the studios of WCTV in beautiful downtown Wadsworth, Ohio, on a summery
Beautiful weather out there. Finally, the rains have stopped. The ark is not necessary. We can move on.
Okay, well, we're going to try to do a perfect program today. That will be number 18 in 27 years, so we'll see what happens. Let's get started with Del Sinchek, and this is a tune everybody can relate to if they're watching our program. It's called If You Like Polkas, Clap Your Hands. So participate if you'd like to.
We're watching.
We will now present our Diamond, Platinum, and Golden Disc Awards that are awarded for programs with the most views on WatchWCTV.com. We've had over 177,000 views on that site in the past year, with viewers from all over the world, nearly double the amount of views that we had in 2020. We will now recognize these producers of series and single shows that received the most views. So let's start with our Single Disc Program Award winners. The Golden Disc Award for the single program with the third most hits on WatchWCTV.com. The winner is Walking the 2021 Wadsworth Blue Tip Parade, produced by Roger Polk, with 1,134 views. The Platinum Disc Award for the single program with the second most hits on WatchWCTV.com goes to the Wadsworth High School Choir Director, Kaylin Davis, for the Wadsworth High School Choir Holiday Spectacular Concert, which received 4,156 views. Amazing. And the Diamond Disc Award for the single program with the most hits on WatchWCTV.com, with a new WCTV record of 17,587 views. Yes, that is for one single program. And that award goes to the COVID-19 vaccine sign-up demo produced by the Suprema Senior Center in partnership with the Medina County Health Department. Congratulations. Now the Disc Awards for the series programs. The Golden Disc Award for the series program with the third most hits on WatchWCTV.com goes to the production team of David Wagner, Joe Herbert, and Scott Curley for their awesome coverage of Wadsworth High School varsity boys soccer with a total of 3,299 views. Great job, guys. The Platinum Award, Disc Award for the series program with the second most views on WatchWCTV.com goes to the Wadsworth Public Library for their Storytime series, which received 3,897 views. And the Diamond Disc Award for the series program with the most hits on WatchWCTV.com once again goes to our favorite polka guys, Gene and Mike Kovac, for their production of Polka Time Again series with 14,863 views. 14,863 views. That is more than double the amount of views that they received last year. They also won this award last year. Of course, it helps that they have polka fans watching from all over the world. Keep up the good work, gentlemen. The polka world loves you. And now, one of our most coveted awards, the Host with the Most Award. The staff of WCTV actually selects this recipient based on what we feel are three important qualities that make a great host: preparedness, professionalism, and presentation of their productions and their interviewing skills. As always, I invite last year's recipient, the 2020 Host with the Most Award winner, Roger Wright, to present this year's award. Roger?
It's always a great day when this host is around. Our recipient really knows her business and is often seen zooming into other businesses to lend a helping hand or just provide a much-needed hug. The pandemic did not stop her from utilizing WCTV to showcase our local businesses. In fact, she flourished and shined like pennies from heaven on her weekly virtual shows. If you know this lady, I'll bet you are crazy about her, just like us. It is my distinct pleasure and honor to present this 2021 Host with the Most Award to Janie Parrish.
Good morning. I'm Janie Parrish with the Wadsworth Area Chamber of Commerce, and you are zooming into business with two legends in Wadsworth, Ohio. Look, Annie's going, what? But it's the truth. So welcome to Paul and Annie Bixler. And this is a red letter week for you guys because you are starting the next chapter in your lives.
We are.
We are. Yeah. Okay. So of course, everybody knows that Bixler Electric has now locked its doors after 107 years. And you both have worked so incredibly hard, to keep Bixler's going. And it's a good thing to retire.
So that was our final award for this evening. But before we end, I want to leave you with a bit of exciting news. Over the past year, I've been working with the city's law department to form a nonprofit organization, a 501c3, which would provide supplemental support to WCTV, similar to the way that the Wadsworth Older Adults Foundation provides support to our Suprema Senior Center. So I'm very excited to announce that just this week, we received word that our organization, called the WCTV Foundation, was approved, and we now have an official nonprofit organization. I want to thank our founding board members for helping me get all this started. Our president, Roger Wright, our vice president, Roger Polk, our treasurer, John Madding. Yes, you knew I wasn't going to let him retire and not come back and help us out, so I'm glad to have him back on board. And our secretary, Jenny Young. Also board members, Catherine Miracle, and our attorney, Brandon Davis. So now I'd like to send this over to John Madding. He's going to tell you a little bit about the WCTV Foundation and how you can get involved.
Thanks, Joanna. As you may know, WCTV is funded by the franchise fee. As more people stream their entertainment, that franchise fee decreases. The foundation will raise funds to help WCTV purchase items, equipment, and other things that might be outside of their current budget, and we will help WCTV operate well into the future. You can help by providing a one-time, a monthly, or an annual donation, or even make it a part of your estate planning. You can also participate in our fundraising events. Stay tuned to WCTV and social media to find out more. Today, I'm donating $100 and challenging each and every one of you to match it. The foundation would greatly appreciate your donation of any amount. Congratulations to all of our Clapper nominees and winners.
That concludes the 2021 WCTV Clapper Awards. I've enjoyed being with all of you this evening, and again, I want to say how much we appreciate you, our producers, our volunteers, our friends, and our viewers. We want to invite all the Clapper Award winners to come to WCTV to pick up your award, or if you contact us, we'll make arrangements to get that to you. We'd also like to take a photo of you when you come in, or an acceptance speech if you're willing, and we'll add those to the presentation video and share them on social media. If you have any pictures or videos from your watch party tonight, please share those to our Facebook page, and we will share those to our friends as well. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Stay well, enjoy the holiday season, and we hope to see you soon.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.